Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for a positive spin. Today we're going to be talking about the much hated Batman and Robin. Alright, I'm going to try to get through these likes pretty quick because there's something I actually want to say about this film. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind, of course. That's not why we do this. But I think it might explain a little bit more about the film and how it's viewed. My history with this film is virtually non-existent. I watched it when it first came out. I've watched it several times over the years, and I've always liked it. As a matter of fact, it's not my least favorite Batman movie. So, as we get to this positive spin, like I said, I wanted to say a few things about the film. The first thing I wanted to say was I feel like this movie is almost a perfect mix of Batman and Batman 1966. Because it's got a lot of cheesy, corny stuff in the film. So keep that in mind, and I'm going to keep going about that. But right now, we're going to put a positive spin on Batman and Robin. All right. Right away, I like the way the credits to the movie are done. And I like the Batman and Robin symbol. I don't know, I just like the color palette and how the Batman and Robin symbol kind of go together. I thought that was very clever. I always liked Alfred. Him and Commissioner Gordon, as I was told by Joe, are basically the only constants in the films. But I really like Alfred. And this one has a side story about Alfred. Now, I'm not going to give you a synopsis because that's not what we do here. So, of course, the vehicles are awesome and colorful. And that's one thing I love about this film. I love the colors. The color schemes of everything are so overdone, but they're just fun to watch. The opening scene with Freeze and the goons is cool. I think Arnold kills it as Mr. Freeze. Now, a lot of people had a problem with his performance, but to me, that's just the way I see him, kind of as a Mr. Freeze character. I've read the comics, I've watched the cartoons, but I really thought he did a good job. And to me, the one-liners are necessary. I mean, at that time, Arnold was so popular. Are you really going to get a movie without one-liners from Arnold? I mean, come on. That's what everybody looks for in his movies. And this, to me, is more of a traditional comic book looking film. This looks like a comic book that is live action with the vivid colors and the kind of cheesy fight scenes. And I don't know, it just, the way the city looks and the vehicles and everything being so colorful and everything and so overdone. I like Batgirl's character, and look, I've not been the biggest fan of her acting in the past, but I really thought she did a good job in this. It was fun. I like George Clooney as Bruce Wayne. As Batman, he's okay, but I do think he fit the role of Bruce Wayne very well. Everything is so over the top with the acting, the dialogue. Like I said, to me, it feels like a traditional comic book movie. I love the version of Poison Ivy because I've always liked that song. And I thought that her coming in and dancing to that song was really cool. Uma Thurman really killed it in that role. And I also think a 3.8 is ridiculous because there are movies that are legitimately bad that get a higher score than a 3.8. This movie is just different. Now, this is one of the things I wanted to touch on with this positive spin. A lot of people have a lot of hate for this. I read a lot of reviews and how people said it was garbage and how it was a complete departure of Batman and how it didn't fit in with the rest of the series. But I don't agree with that. You have the original Batman with Michael Keaton, which I think is an absolute masterpiece. But for me, that movie was like 80% gloom and doom that you expect from Batman, and 20% cheese because you had Jack Nicholson's character being the Joker. And it had a lot of those vivid colors and a lot of the awkward cityscapes. Even though I thought that they were cool, they're just so over the top. And then you have Batman Returns, which to me takes it a 60-40 split, which was like 60% doom and gloom and 40% cheese and goofiness with the over the top characters and the villains and everything. I mean, the Penguin had these rubber duckies that it was just kind of goofy. Penguin also had his own men, and it just, there was a lot of cheese in there that I don't think a lot of people want to recognize. Then you had Batman Forever, which of course this has all of the Batman films, well, all the ones, the original ones. And I think Batman Forever was like a 50-50 split because of Jim Carrey's overacting. And this is where you started to have more than one, like more than two, maybe even more than two villains in a film. And you're shoving a lot into one story. So Batman and Robin kind of continues on this trend where, Batman is maybe 30% gloom and doom and 70% cheese and corniness and stuff like that. So people saying that this is so much different. Is it really, or is it just following the trend of the films that came before it? I'm sure if we got 4 Batman films like the original, people would have loved them, but they were trying different stuff. And don't forget, they also had a marketing agenda with the toys and, stuff like that. So, I mean, is it really all that different? I don't know. Just something to think about. I do like this film. I think it's a lot of fun. It goes by extremely quick, where I think some of the other films are paced a little awkwardly. This one is, I think, 2 hours and 5 minutes, I think. And it goes by really, really quick. I could be thinking of a different film, but I know this is a little bit longer of a film. But it's paced really well. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of fun to be had. I just think it's a good film. But that's just my opinion. So definitely give Batman and Robin another try if you want. If not, that's what it is. Don't forget, guys, physical media matters. And don't forget to check out Joe's positive spin for Batman and Robin. And until next time, peace.